All right, so welcome to this deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at some really incredible business wisdom
Oh, okay.
from a true legend, Don Keough,
Yeah.
um, the former president of Coca-Cola.
Wow.
We've got excerpts from his book, The 10 Commandments for Business.
Okay.
But honestly, these feel more like
Right.
just timeless principles
Yeah.
for anyone looking to make a real impact, no matter what field you're in.
You hit the nail on the head there.
Okay.
What strikes me about Keough
Yeah.
is that he wasn't just a brilliant businessman.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah.
was this incredibly charismatic leader
Right.
who really understood the power of people.
Right.
You can tell he genuinely cared about
Yeah.
those around him.
I think that's something that comes through in
Yeah.
all of his work.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right into his first commandment.
Okay.
Love what you do.
Well,
It sounds simple, right? But Q was adamant about this being like the foundation for success.
yeah.
What do you think he meant by that?
I think for Keough, it went way beyond just like enjoying your work.
Okay.
It was about finding that thing
Mm-hmm.
that truly ignites your passion.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that driving force that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning
Yeah.
and tackle the day.
Yeah.
And for him, that was Coca-Cola.
Right. Yeah.
He had this infectious enthusiasm for the company and its mission.
Yeah.
And that energy just rippled out to everyone he worked with.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Like that passion almost becomes
It
a
is.
source of energy.
It is
People-
propelling you forward even when things get tough.
Exactly.
Right.
And you know what's interesting is this idea of passion
Yeah.
directly connects to his second commandment,
Okay.
which is never give up.
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you're truly passionate about something,
You're more likely to persevere
yeah,
through challenges and setbacks.
right.
No.
It makes sense. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like that passion gives you the resilience to keep going
Exactly.
when others might throw in the towel.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember reading a story about how Keough dealt with
Yeah.
the new Coke debacle.
Oh, yeah.
Huge setback for the company.
Huge.
But instead of getting discouraged,
Yeah.
he kind of used it as this learning experience and came back stronger.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Yeah,
He didn't let that failure define him.
right.
He embraced the challenge,
Right.
learned from it,
Yeah.
and used it as fuel to innovate and improve.
Yeah, and, this leads us to another
Yeah.
crucial
Yeah.
aspect of Q's philosophy.
Yeah.
Surrounding yourself with the
Yes.
right people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So important.
His third commandment,
Yeah.
hire great people.
Yeah.
I have to admit.
Okay.
This one makes me a bit nervous sometimes. How do you know when
Yeah.
you found great people?
Right.
What did Keough look for, and how can we apply that to
That's a great question.
in our own lives?
And it's something a lot of people struggle with.
Right.
You're not alone in feeling that way. But
Yeah.
here's the thing about Keough.
Yeah.
He didn't just look for
Okay.
raw talent or impressive resumes.
Uh-huh.
He looked for people who were passionate,
Yeah.
curious, and eager to learn.
Right.
He believed in building teams where everyone could thrive
Yeah.
and contribute their unique skills.
So it was more about finding people
He was about the fit.
who were a good fit for the culture
Yeah.
and shared that same
Exactly.
drive for excellence.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And once he found those people,
Okay.
he gave them the freedom
Yeah.
to do what they did best.
Right.
He didn't micromanage them.
Yeah.
He empowered them
Okay.
to take ownership and make decisions.
Which makes a lot of sense considering
Right. His next commandment is stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you can't really be innovative and adapt to change if you're constantly
Whatever.
looking over everyone's shoulder.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You got to trust people.
Yeah.
Keefe understood that in the fast-paced world of business,
Yeah.
you need to be able to anticipate change,
Mm-hmm.
embrace new ideas,
Right.
and constantly evolve.
Right.
He encouraged his team to be curious,
Yeah.
to challenge the status quo, and to never stop learning.
I love that. So it wasn't just about hiring smart people.
No,
It was about creating an environment
it's the environment.
where those smart people could
Yeah.
truly flourish and push the boundaries.
Right. And that brings us to a really interesting point about
Yeah.
Keough's leadership style.
Okay.
He didn't just want to be successful.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it the right way.
Right.
Which is probably why his fifth commandment is
Yeah.
always be fair.
Now this one really resonates with me,
Yeah.
especially in today's world
Yeah.
where it feels like ethics are sometimes
Yeah, I hear you.
thrown out the window
It's tough out there.
for the sake of profit.
It is.
What did fairness mean to Keough?
For Keough, fairness went beyond
Okay.
just following the rules
Right.
or avoiding legal trouble.
Uh-huh.
It was about building a culture of honesty,
Yeah.
transparency, and respect.
Right.
He treated everyone with dignity,
Okay.
from the top executives
Yeah.
to the janitorial staff.
Yeah, I've heard stories about how he would even
It's true.
eat lunch
Yeah.
with the janitorial staff
He wanted to know everybody.
and just treat everyone equally.
And that commitment to fairness
Yeah.
really resonated with people.
Right.
They knew they could trust him.
Yeah.
And that created an incredibly strong foundation for success.
It's amazing how these first 5 commandments
Right.
are all so interconnected.
They're all connected. It's like they build upon each other
Yeah.
to create a sort of blueprint
I love that, yeah.
for ethical and sustainable success,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Keough's insights
Yeah.
so valuable.
Okay.
They're not just random tips.
Right.
They form a coherent philosophy
Yeah.
that can be applied to any aspect of life,
Right.
from business to personal relationships.
Okay, before we dive into the rest of his commandments,
Okay.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Which of these first 5
Okay.
resonates with you the most so far?
That's a tough one.
And why?
I'm drawn to all of them, but
Yeah.
I think it would have to be love what you do.
Mm.
It's so fundamental to everything else. When you're
Mhm.
passionate about your work, it's contagious, it inspires those around you, and it gives you that extra push to persevere when things get tough.
That's a great choice. And it makes me think about how that passion translates into action.
Yeah.
Because Keough wasn't just a dreamer, he was a doer. And that leads us perfectly into his 6th commandment. Don't forget the details.
Ah, yes. The details.
Yeah.
This is where Keough's meticulous nature really shines through. He was known for his incredible attention to detail, and he believed that success was often found in those seemingly small, overlooked things.
You know, it's funny you say that. I was reading an anecdote about how Keough, even as president of Coca-Cola, would personally taste test batches of the product
Oh, wow.
to make sure the quality was consistent.
Really?
It's like he understood that even the smallest slip-up
Wow.
could have a ripple effect on the entire brand.
Exactly. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and he never underestimated the importance of execution. He was famous for saying the little things matter. In fact, the little things are the big things.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
So true. And it makes me wonder,
Yeah.
what are some of those little things that you found to be crucial for success in your own work? What are those details that you pay extra attention to?
For me, it's all about understanding the data.
Mm.
I know that might sound a bit dry, but the details are often hidden within the numbers.
Right.
It's about digging deep, analyzing trends, spotting anomalies, and really understanding the story behind the data.
So it's not just about
It's about connecting the dots,
crunching numbers.
seeing the bigger picture,
It's about using those numbers.
and then making those small adjustments
Yeah.
that can have a huge impact down the line.
That's a great perspective.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about how that attention to detail probably helped Keough when it came to building relationships.
Yeah.
Because his next commandment is all about cultivating relationships.
This is another one of Keough's strengths. He was a master networker, but it went beyond just shaking hands and collecting business cards. He had this genuine ability to connect with people on a personal level. He made them feel seen and heard.
I've heard stories about how he would remember the names of everyone he met, even if he only spoke to them for a few minutes.
That's amazing.
It's like he understood that building strong relationships wasn't just about business.
Right.
It was about human connection.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And those strong relationships paid off in so many ways. He built trust with his employees, loyalty with his customers, and strong partnerships with suppliers. It was all interconnected.
Which brings us to his 8th commandment, think big. Now, this one is a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? On the one hand, you need to have ambitious goals to
Yeah.
achieve great things. But on the other hand, you don't want to get lost in those grand visions
Right.
and lose sight of the practical steps needed to get there.
You're absolutely right. It's a delicate balance. But Keough had this incredible ability to think big while staying grounded in reality. He had a grand vision for Coca-Cola, but he also understood the importance of strategic planning and execution.
It's like he knew how to break down those big goals
Yes.
into smaller, more manageable steps.
Exactly. And he wasn't afraid to take risks,
Yep.
but those risks were always calculated and informed by thorough research and analysis.
Right.
He didn't just blindly jump into things. He thought things through, gathered information, and then made bold moves when the time was right.
I love how he combined that boldness with a sense of practicality. It's a powerful combination. And it reminds me of something we discussed earlier. the importance of passion.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that passion played a big role in helping Keough achieve those big goals.
Without a doubt, passion is the fuel that drives us forward, especially when we're pursuing ambitious goals. It gives us the energy to persevere, the creativity to overcome obstacles, and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks.
Okay, we're down to the last two commandments.
Yeah.
And these ones I think are really about finding that inner strength and resilience that we all need to succeed. His ninth commandment is enjoy the ride.
This one is so important, and it's often overlooked in the pursuit of success. Keough understood that the journey is just as important as the destination. He had this incredible zest for life, and he brought that energy to everything he did.
He was known for his infectious laugh, his love of people, and his ability to find joy even in the midst of challenges. It's like he understood that if you're not enjoying the process, what's the point?
I think it goes back to that idea of passion that we talked about earlier. When you're truly passionate about something, the work itself becomes a source of joy and fulfillment. It's not just a means to an end, it's an integral part of who you are.
And that brings us to his final commandment, which ties everything together beautifully: believe.
This is the foundation upon which everything else is built.
Oh.
Keough believed in himself, he believed in his team, and he believed in the power of Coca-Cola to make a positive impact on the world.
And that belief was evident in everything he did. It gave him the confidence to make bold decisions, the resilience to overcome obstacles, and the vision to lead Coca-Cola through some of its most challenging times.
It's amazing to think about the power of belief.
Yeah.
It can literally transform your life if you let it. When you believe in yourself, you open up a world of possibilities. You're more likely to take risks, to pursue your dreams, and to achieve things you never thought possible.
It's like that old saying,
It is.
whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Exactly. Your beliefs shape your reality. So choose to believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and believe in the power of your dreams.
You know, these last two commandments really hit home for me. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in the chase for success and forget to actually enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And sometimes when things get tough, it's hard to remember to believe in yourself and your abilities.
I think that's something we all struggle with from time to time.
Right.
But Keough's wisdom serves as a powerful reminder
Yeah.
that true success is about so much more than just achieving external goals.
Right.
It's about finding that inner strength, resilience, and joy that allows us to live a truly fulfilling life.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Don Keough's 10 Commandments, I'm curious to hear from you. What's one key takeaway that you're going to carry with you from this conversation?
That's a great question. For me, it would have to be. It's hard to choose just one, but I think the idea of enjoy the ride really stands out.
Yeah.
It's easy to get so focused on achieving goals
Yeah.
that we forget to appreciate, the journey itself. Keough's reminder to find joy in the process, to connect with people, and to savor the little moments.
Right.
That's something I'll definitely be carrying with me.
I love that. It's such a powerful reminder that life is about so much more than just checking boxes and climbing ladders. It's about those connections, those experiences,
Yeah, exactly.
those moments of joy that make it all worthwhile.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that even though we've been talking about
Yeah.
Keough's 10 Commandments for business,
Right.
they really transcend the realm of business,
You're absolutely right.
don't they?
These principles apply to any aspect of life where
Yeah.
you're striving to achieve something meaningful.
Totally.
Whether it's building a successful career,
Mm-hmm.
nurturing fulfilling relationships,
Yeah.
or just becoming a better version of yourself.
It all comes down to those
Yeah.
core values.
Yeah,
Passion, perseverance, integrity, connection, and belief.
right.
Those are the things that drive us forward, empower us to overcome challenges,
Yeah.
and ultimately lead us to a life of purpose and fulfillment.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I can't help but think about how Keough's story is so inspiring. He started out as a delivery truck driver for Coca-Cola
Wow.
and worked his way up to become the president of the company. It's a testament to the power of hard work,
Yeah.
dedication, and that unwavering belief in yourself.
It's a reminder that anything is possible if you set your mind to it and never give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
And it reinforces Keough's message that success isn't just about reaching a destination.
Right.
It's about enjoying the journey, connecting with people, and making a positive impact along the way.
So before we sign off, I want to leave you with this thought. Don Keough's wisdom is a gift. It's a gift that keeps on giving if we take the time to unpack it, apply it to our lives, and share it with others.
Beautifully said. And if you're feeling inspired to delve even deeper into Keough's incredible life and insights, I highly recommend checking out his book. It's filled with anecdotes, stories, and those nuggets of wisdom that can truly change your perspective.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep believing in the power of your own potential.
And remember, enjoy the ride.
See you on the next deep dive.